2 fiscal years, and no one has examined the tax dollars coming and going.
Failing to file the documents, it will then commence the forced audit.
Interview 00.0. So, did they actually send someone? Or was it just an empty threat all along? I want to hear your thoughts on this. About 8 months ago, the Illinois Comptroller's Office revealed that Dalton flat out refused to comply with an audit. That's unheard of. It's not something that normally happens. They didn't just delay or stall, they outright refused. Then the office warned that after a certain deadline, some action would automatically kick in. Check this out. CBS Chicago ran a story on the whole situation. Take a look and see what's really going on here.
There are new financial problems in South Suburban Dalton tonight. It has to do with taxpayer money and the village's failure to let people know where it's being spent.
Our Jermont Terry is always investigating, live in the control room tonight, telling us who is to blame. Jermont.
Joe and Erica, according to the state, Mayor Tiffany Henyard's administration won't even do an audit of city spending. In fact, the state says that they won't even communicate with the comptroller, whose job it is to oversee government spending. South Suburban Dalton is now on the Illinois Comptroller's radar.
There are obvious red flags that your station, other stations have covered.
When CBS News Chicago sent a Freedom of Information request to Springfield requesting Dalton's financial records, the Office of Comptroller replied back saying the office has not received audits or financial reports from the Village of Dalton for fiscal years 2022 and 2023.
If I had to guess, I didn't get anything for 2024 either. My guess is the 2024 tax info probably never came through on time either. That's just my take. I honestly can't imagine it didn't. Wait a minute. I just realized. I think these are her parents. Yeah, because that looks exactly like Tiffany. Tiffany definitely takes after her dad. She's her father's daughter for sure.
That's a year after Mayor Tiffany Henyard was sworn in. 2 fiscal years, and no one has examined the tax dollars coming and going. Abden Palish is the comptroller's spokesman.
If they continue failing to file the documents, it will then commence the forced audit process where we send in folks to look over the books.
But for now...
All right, so if they keep playing this game, I'm pretty sure they didn't get anything for 2024 either. So did they actually send someone? Or was it all just an empty threat? If they keep telling us we have to handle this ourselves, then I guess we'll have no choice but to do it. But honestly, what even happened? It feels like nothing did, especially since they had to call Lori Lightfoot in to try and dig up the truth. That makes me think the audit never really happened. Now, here's the thing. Tiffany has this habit of putting other people's names on credit cards. Everyone under her has their own card for their department or whatever. She doesn't like touching the cards herself. She wants others to handle them. So when they go back and look at the spending, it looks like all those people are responsible. But really, they're just fronting for her, and she's the one behind the actual purchases. That's how audits usually work. They come in, ask questions, and then you have to provide proof. Like when you file taxes and claim deductions. If they audit you, you have to show receipts and documentation. They want physical proof because people get creative with what they claim. Once the auditors start tracking who bought what, where it went, and how it was used, that's when Tiffany is going to be in deep trouble. She's about to get some serious Wesley Snipes-level trouble. For those who don't know, Wesley Snipes went to jail for tax evasion. Yeah, that kind of trouble. Funny enough, now that I think about it, she kind of looks like him too.
Off Dalton's offset payments. Those are funds the state deducts from state payments going to people, such as income tax refunds or lottery payments. And for Dalton, that's about $135,000. Dalton is not the only municipality behind on providing audit reports, yet we're told it's the only in the state who flat out refuses to talk to the comptroller.
Not in our administration has it ever come to this point.
The audit will tell the truth?
Oh, yes. The audit will tell the truth because it is done by an independent. They're not involved in the politics.
David Gonzalez is the mayor of Chicago Heights, but he's also a certified public accountant who does over 75 municipal audits statewide annually. He adds an audit is a clear picture of the books.
Because any mayor can go out there and say, look, my finances are great. We're doing great. You know, that we stopped the deficit.
Yeah, that's exactly her style. We're up. We're all the way up. Nothing can stop us. We're on top. That's her mantra. And when people ask, can we see the books? show us any proof or evidence to just quiet the critics, she basically tells them to go kick rocks. She's always like, "Trust me," and calls anyone questioning her haters. Plus, she loves to remind everyone she was the youngest black female mayor. But here's the twist. She's not even the mayor anymore. She's lost all her power, influence, and pull. So when the auditors dig through all this, she's going to be sitting in one of those small rooms behind that blacked-out window with a microphone in front of her, answering tough questions that could lock her in. And if they decide to take it to court, that's exactly where she'll end up again. Honestly, I just hope they record the whole thing. Better yet, I hope they broadcast it live for everyone to see.
Just a lot of talk. But the independent audit is the proof of what really is happening in a town or a village.
Now, keep in mind, these audits, they are required by law. A source close to the Dalton investigation tells us that it was really criticizing the comptroller's office, saying that they have really failed to reach out and check on the village well before all of these financial problems came about, adding that they haven't even been provided any proof that the comptroller reached out well before now.
Wow, so this is straight up negligence on their part. The comptroller's office hadn't been monitoring anything, and now, after 2 years, they suddenly decide to take a look. Clearly, they should have jumped on the audit back in 2023 when it wasn't done in 2022. But nope, they just ignored it. Then comes 2024, and again, nothing happens. Now Tiffany's gone, leaving 3 years of money just floating out there, unaccounted for. And what will they do now? Try to track it down? Seems like they had zero interest until now. No wonder Tiffany felt so untouchable. They weren't even checking. I know what y'all think. Y'all nervous, thinking we're going to get caught, she probably thought. But the truth is, the controller never showed up once during her time as trustee. That's the impression Tiffany gave, and she ran with it. If anyone's to blame, it's Tiffany. It's on her. She's responsible. Here's a report from Jarrett. Terry, CBS News West in Springfield, requesting Dalton's financial records. The comptroller's office responded, saying they haven't received any audits or financial reports from Dalton for fiscal years 2022 and 2023. That's the year after Tiffany Henyard was sworn in as mayor. And here's something else. That woman right there, isn't that the same person who did the radio interview with Tiffany? If it's not her, she looks exactly like her. Pretty sure those are Tiffany's friends, maybe her sister, and those look like her parents. This is clearly from before Kamal officially became her boyfriend. It's hilarious because this footage is almost exactly 4 years old. Yet just 6 months ago, Tiffany claimed Kamal had been trying to get a divorce for 4 years. The lies are wild. And look at that dress. Probably an old church dress she pulled from her mom's closet. The Tiffany we see today would never show up like that. Oh, and her mom's wearing one too, so she definitely got it from her mom. If I had to guess, since her mom's wearing a similar one, her dad probably got her the dress, maybe even matching ones for both women to avoid jealousy. That's a whole other story right there. So, 2 whole fiscal years with no one watching how tax dollars are coming in or going out. Abdon Palish, the comptroller's spokesperson, said if Dalton continues failing to file, a forced audit will kick in where officials come in and thoroughly check the books. But so far, that forced audit never happened and probably won't now. Tiffany's already out. Honestly, people seem relieved she's gone, almost like they don't care what she walked away with. Look, she's gone. Let's not stir things up, is the mood. But no, she should be under federal investigation. They need to question her whole crew, all the ones benefiting from the sneaky illegal money. Comptroller, I'm calling on you. Do that audit, the forced audit. Just do it. By the way, did anyone notice something weird about this sign? Village of Dalton, Illinois. Not Illinois, Illinois. I never caught that before. So strange. Anyway, another unfinished business for Dalton's controllers. Where's the money? This is like lottery money disappearing. Imagine winning the lottery and the odds are so slim it's a miracle, and then Tiffany's allegedly hiding your winnings. That's just low. You can't steal someone's miracle. It doesn't happen. You better pay up those winnings. All right. Y'all behave now. I'm not playing. No buts. Mama loves you. Peace.